real story. No, this is pretty raw and pretty intense, so it's not for pretty little ears. But anyway, I don't know. I just feel like maybe my message could possibly help somebody. That's all I really want to do. So let's get started. First of all, my name is Jeremy. I'm a recovering alcoholic and addict. My drug of choice was anything. Call me a garbage can, whatever, man. No, my deal was getting outside of my own self. I couldn't handle. I don't know. I'm not going to say I couldn't handle reality or anything like that. It's something totally different than that. But what I've learned is I'm not alone in none of that. And I'm not special. I'm not special at all. You know, the best way I know to do this is just put it out there, man. I started drinking and drugging when I was a kid, you know, just doing the things, partying like a kid, party like a rock star. Woo! It was all good. It was all fun. And then it got to where I needed it. I needed to get outside of myself. But life kept on creeping, and I was actually still pretty young. You know, I was going to school at the time. Started going to school for music. Went to Atlanta Institute of Music for a couple years. That was really awesome. Got to meet some really cool people. Did a lot of work out of town. Did a lot of stuff like that. Heavy equipment. And I always ended up back at home in Murphy. I always ended up back. Well, I was able to kind of put the drugs down for a long time. And I definitely put the drinking down for a long time. I didn't want nothing to do with drinking. That wasn't a problem. Well, something happened and I went out of town. And I actually went to Alaska is where I went. Nope, about lost my phone there. My little makeshift redneck phone holding device here. Anyway, I went to Alaska and I seen a whole new world. I was amazed. I was just, I was in shock at the beauty. And everywhere as I went, it reminded me of what it was probably like here, I don't know, 100 years ago, 150 years ago. Good people. I come back, and when I come back, something happened. I had, they called it culture shock or something like that. I've got some, I've got a couple mental imbalances too, so that's always messed with the addiction. We'll get to that in a minute. But I seen that I was having a real hard time with society, fitting in. Got hospitalized, and somehow made my way through that and came out and started drinking very heavily. I lost my job selling cars, so I started working at a casino. Yay! Well, the benefits were great, but the job sucked. And it was hard, and I had become such a liar that I had built up a life for myself that I couldn't live up to. I couldn't live to my expectations, not to mention what everybody else I'd put there. I mean, it got crazy. It was just stupid, really stupid. So I drank a lot and got hurt a lot. Got hurt a lot in life. Well, the pain started catching up. I went and Ended up having to have neck surgery. Had to have 3 fusions done on my spine, in my neck, and I now have 3 metal plates there. Pretty wild feeling, especially when it's cold. So it became okay to take a lot of pain pills, or I thought it was anyway. And not to mention the drinking. Nobody knew how much I was drinking. They didn't have a clue. Not to mention the medication that I was taking for other things, such as bipolar and manic depression and anxiety, and just a long list of things that I'd learned how to snowball a doctor into giving me what I wanted. Hate to sound like that, but it's the truth. Well, all that caught up to me, and I started getting pretty bad sick, and I was drinking a lot. I mean, when I say I was drinking a lot, I'm talking I was drinking, I hate to give you an example of how much I was drinking, but it is true. I was drinking a gallon of whiskey every 2 days, and that's not exaggerating, that's for sure, plus a pint here and there. And I was also taking a lot of medication. And when I say a lot of medication, I'm talking, I don't know if you're familiar with Xanax and Valium and anything else, like pain pills and stuff, but I was taking 3 pain pills 3 times a day, and I was taking 3 V-Cup Valiums 3 times a day, and I was taking 4 stick bar Xanaxes a day, plus 2 gallons, or a gallon. Like I said, it was a lot. It was a lot. But I was functioning, and nobody could tell. That's what was so crazy, is I was in my own hell. People around me knew. They knew something was wrong, and they knew I was not sober, but they had no extent of the idea of where I was at. Neither did I. Well, I kept getting sick, and I kept getting sick. My liver shut down. My kidneys shut down. I was hospitalized multi-times. People would have to come see me at the hospital. My family would have to come get me in the local city closest to us because I got took out by ambulance to their emergency. You know, I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy. And nobody never said nothing to me about alcoholism. It's my own deal. Well, God came knocking. I'll put it that way. Some events happened, and I was in charge of watching my dad's cabin, his place, his house. Well, he's out of town, and I was watching it. Hell, I don't even remember how many days it'd been, or weeks, or what. I don't know. I really don't know. I wasn't even working by then, y'all. I wasn't doing nothing. I was just laying up drunk every day, peeled out. Well, I remember talking to my mama and her telling me Dad wasn't coming home yet, and me thinking, hell yeah, I've got it made, man. I'm gonna go ahead and get blowed out again tonight. You know, well, I did, and I got bad sick. Well, this is when it starts getting a little deep, y'all. I seen something. I had one of them moments, you know. I had something came to me. I've created images of it, and it's cool that I can look at it in the face now, because I couldn't do that before. But I'm just gonna tell you straight up, y'all, there's a demon come got me. He took me to hell, man. I seen it. I smelled it. I talked to people that I should not have been able to talk to. And I seen things that I should not have been able to see. But something wasn't right. I was being led through by this particular ugly fellow. Well, I kept hearing my family and people that I don't know, man. It was just weird. People tell me, you don't belong here. This ain't it. Well, I woke up on the floor. And yeah, my dad was raising hell on me. He woke my ass up for sure. He don't know how much he woke me up. And thank God he showed up. Well, obviously we got into it pretty bad, because there I was blowed out in this damn living room, you know, supposed to be watching this place. And here I was having a manifestation that I'm walking through hell or whatever, you know. So I'll leave. And had nowhere to go, nothing to do, not a clue what to do, because I had just seen hell and I was scared. So I come down right here. I took this road. And I'm not taking this car all the way back in there, y'all. So I'm just going to take you about to the edge, just to give you a little hint. It's not a lot like this. It's rainy. It's nasty. But I come down here. I'll be honest with you guys, I got blowed out. I drunk and drunk and drunk. And I looked out over the water here. And I tell you what, I'm gonna back up right here. We'll look over the water right here, because we're not gonna go back in there in this car. So, but this is the same water. Alright. So like I was saying, I pull up and I sit here and I watch the water about like I am right now. And I've done a lot of thinking about life, a lot of contemplating, and I realized that what I'd seen was is a burden and a blessing. You know, I started questioning everything in a second, and I didn't get nothing. Nothing made sense at all no more. No light, no hope, no nothing. There was nothing. All I had was a bottle of liquor, that water in front of me, and the gun in my lap. And it came down to a choice. And a hard choice. I chose life. I chose to pick up my phone and to call somebody. And what's so funny is I didn't have a damn clue to call. I didn't know what to do. But one thing kept sticking out in my mind is how much I used to see, addiction runs in my family. I know a lot of people in my family that suffer from it. That's one reason why I get it. I had to reach out to somebody that I really admired. And in a total moment of my weakness, I was broke, man. I was broke. But I made a call and I got help. And thank God I called my cousin. Thank God. That was one of them moments about like Daddy waking me up. It's like, just damn, thank you, Lord. Good job. But anyway, alright, so they talked me down. I talked to my mom and I talked to my cousin. I talked to everybody and and I end up going to my mom's house and I stay and I'm drunk for a day or two, and then finally they come get me and they take me off the detox and I'm there 2 weeks. And while I was there 2 weeks, I got put in the hospital twice for seizures and some other stuff. And well, that was a trip. And I get out of there, and when I get out of there, I come back to Murphy. It's kind of a funny story about how I was there, how I got out. You had to have a plan in order to get out. And I couldn't come up with no plan to get out because my ass was not going to rehab. I'd done decided that. Well, I finally figured out, I told them if I was going to go to Appalachian Health up here in Murphy, they'd have to let me out. And sure enough, they did. It worked. But then I had to start going to Appalachian. Counselor, shrink, all that good stuff. But anyway, but the first night out of detox back in Murphy, I went to a meeting. I went to an NA meeting, or actually I think it was an AA meeting. Whatever it was, man, I don't even remember it. I ain't got a clue. I really don't. I just remember there being people there and people being nice and me being like, what in the hell is it? What's going on? What is this? But I tried it a few more times, kept going, and I started listening. Well, I realized in all that I had a long way to go. My first admittance of defeat was my first victory. And it's no different than when I go out in the woods than when I drive this car, than whatever I do, y'all. Yea, I may fear the shadow in the valley, but I have no fear if he's with me. He guides me. There's been so many times that things should have gone so different. I ride around this town and I look every day, every spot, at good memories and bad memories, and I can't let any of that justify me wanting to use again. Not possible. I love my life now. I don't know what's going to happen next. I have no idea where I'm going. I barely remember where I've been. I know today I walked the Trail of Tears. That was humbling. And I need stuff like that to remind me who I am and where I'm from. And I love each and every one of y'all. And if there's anything I can ever do to help any of y'all, remember, there is hope in this world. We're not done. We're not done, y'all. Welcome to 2025. Let's bring it in right. Let's focus all our energy together. And let's all smile. Have a great night, y'all.